Hey guys, Alex and Dad from 7th Hour Films back again with Doctor Who. Last time around was Journey's End. What was that one about?
Well, the end of a two-parter. The Daleks had kidnapped a bunch of planets and they were going to make it into some kind of engine. Can't remember what the engine did. I think it literally wiped out all other matter in the universe so that the Daleks could be the only race and therefore be supreme. The Doctor had started to regenerate in the end of the Stolen Earth, but somehow sent the regenerative power into the severed hand that he lost during the Sycorax invasion.
Yeah.
Sycorax, yeah. And then somehow that energy got transferred to Donna, and she became the Donna Doctor. And the Donna Doctor and the Doctor figured out a plan to defeat the Daleks.
Well, and it was the Doctor and the Dr. Donna and then the Metacrisis Doctor, a third version of the Doctor, who is human. He grew from Donna. So he got a bit of her voice, and because he was born in the middle of all of this, he was born in war, he was born with hatred, and so he killed all the Daleks that were there, despite the fact that the Doctor wouldn't want him to do that. It's complicated. But they won the day, so.
And then the Metacrisis Doctor went with Rose back to her universe.
Yes.
And would grow old with her so that they sort of had a happy ending to that story. But then Donna began to lose her mind because her human mind could not contain all the information from the Doctor, so he wiped her memory and took her home.
Yeah. And that's pretty much where we left off. The Doctor is on his own. So, it is interesting, too, with the Metacrisis Doctor, because a lot of people, when they watch this, they think, oh, okay, well, if they ever need to bring back David Tennant, they can bring back the Metacrisis Doctor, because he'll look older, because he just ages like a normal human now. And let me go ahead and tell you that they never bring back the Metacrisis Doctor.
But they do bring back David Tennant.
Yeah, they do. Well, yeah, they do.
I mean, aside from the 50th anniversary, the Day of the Doctor, didn't he also lead into the creation of Shurigawa?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen clips.
Yeah. I don't show him clips, by the way. Occasionally I'll walk into a room and I hear him watching some clip of Matt Smith, and I'm like, what are you doing? What is the point of any of this, then? But...
Well, I don't watch full episodes, but every now and then a clip will show up in the reels or something like that, and I'll just watch for the 2 or 3 minutes that's on.
See, this is why, like, these reactions in particular, when some people are like, oh, I can't wait to get to that video, and I'm like, boy, I hope we're not setting you up for disappointment, because he does not react like the rest of us do. See, there's a difference of he watches Doctor Who. I'm a YouTuber. You watch any of my videos, I'm out here, I'm screaming at stuff,
yes,
yelling
I can hear
stuff.
him even with the door closed.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous. And half of it is genuine, is that I'm actually, excited when I watch this. The other half is playing it up for this little camera over here, I gotta do the whole YouTuber thing. Even now, the way I'm talking to you right now is a YouTuber voice. I don't talk like this normally. So, but he doesn't do that. He doesn't do it, despite the fact that he is an actor and a performer, and he could do that. He just doesn't do that.
In the theater, we call that mugging.
Yeah. That's all of YouTube, is just mugging to a camera. So, which is why it gets very complicated when other YouTubers and streamers, like, collab when they go on each other's videos and streams and stuff, because it's hard to not be the center of attention. So... It's tricky. It's very tricky. But anyway, so that's why, in case any of you are ever worried about the sanctity of this reaction, you just don't have to worry about it. Just we'll watch the episodes and enjoy it. He is of a different breed than the rest of us. So, and also just the fact that it's like just spoiler culture, I would say, is very different, and it's not just singularly on you. I mean, there's plenty of people out there that are just like, spoilers, and I don't care about spoilers. Just you can tell me, you can not tell me. I'm just gonna watch the episode and enjoy it or whatever. Yeah. And then there's so many people that are like, if I see anything, it will completely ruin it. So, Which I get that way sometimes because I like a reveal, especially on camera, but then there's some other times where it's like, if I'm not making content out of it, I don't really care if there's spoilers or not. So, if I'm not getting paid to do it, then I don't care. So, anywho, it's Christmas.
Oh, all right.
Merry Christmas. This is our first of 5 specials that we've got. So, this is the Christmas special after the season. I don't know if there's any other lead into it.
This is Christmas 2010?
No. 2009
okay.
Specifically. Or no, it's Christmas 2008.
No.
It's Christmas 2008. The next specials will take us through 2009, and then the final special will be New Year's Day of 2010.
Okay.
I think. Yes, that's it. Or if it's not New Year's Day, it's New Year's Eve of 2009. So, but as of right now, it is still 2008. So yeah. Anything else going into it?
I got nothing.
Then we might as well just jump right into this episode of Doctor Who.
Victorian times? Yes.
We just walked on the set of Christmas Carol, it looks like.
Yes. Constable?
They probably reused all this stuff from a BBC Christmas Carol at some point.
I'm going to say this is late Victorian.
Year of our Lord, 1851, sir.
No, it's actually middle
Nice
Victorian.
year. Bit dull.
Ah!
Oh, they're not standing right here. Oh,
Don't be stupid! Who are you?
I'm the doctor.
Doctor who?
Just
Exactly.
the doctor.
Eh.
Oh, the two of you? Where the hell have you been?
Right then, don't worry. Stand back. What have we got here then?
Hold on, who are you?
I'm the Doctor. Simply the Doctor. The one, the only, and the best. Rosita, give me the sonic screwdriver.
What?
Get back to the two. Oh, gee!
Is that a Victorian Cyberman?
Eh. Well, the intro is pitched slightly different.
David Morrissey?
Hey, you gotta put the Doctor's name in the credits.
Why does he sound familiar, though?
The only thing I know offhand is that he was in The Walking Dead. Not that helps, but
Never watched it.
I've been hunting this beast for a good
Me
fortnight.
either.
Now step back, son.
it flies now.
Now you recognise me.
Oh, should I? Have we met? This is hardly the right time for me to go through my social calendar. It's gonna jump! We're gonna fall!
I was gonna say, why couldn't they let go, but they were tied to it.
Rosita. Good name. Hello, Rosita.
I talk of Cybermen from the stars. And you don't blink, Mr. Smith.
Ah, don't blink. Remember that? Whatever you do, don't blink.
Yes, well, I was going to say the old coach in 6, but that looks like the coach in 4.
Residence for the last time. God rest his soul.
Now, who did you say it was?
Now.
I was talking.
With the house empty, I shall effect an
I don't
entrance
know.
of the rear while
I
you
wasn't
go back to the
listening,
top.
so.
Is that your sonic screwdriver?
I'd be lost without it.
That's a screwdriver. How's it sonic?
Well, it makes a noise. That's sonic, isn't it? Now, since we're acting like common burglars, I suggest we get out of plain view.
I guess I should get that and add it to my lineup.
I've got one that looks a lot like that.
What's it all about?
It said, it is opened. Oh, maybe not.
That's more for decoration. Yeah. Anyway.
Alright, so not that.
Anything different, unlike any organism of the natural world. Shh. What's that noise? Oh, it's just me whistling. I wonder what's in. They made me change. My mind, my place, my whole self.
maybe it's got something that needs info stamping. Okay.
No. Ooh. Good job.
We therefore commit his body to the ground, earth to earth, ashes to ashes, and dust to dust.
Oh, you don't wear red to a
Hope
funeral.
of the resurrection to eternal life.
To gather you all in one place, where better than a funeral? Man that is born of woman hath but a short time to live. Although I've got some friends who might disagree with that. Would you like to meet them? Hark! I can hear them now.
You see, this dress is perfect for murder.
What manner of men are they?
Cybermen.
You know, honestly, the Cybermen fit in really well with a Victorian horror story. I wish they looked a little bit more Victorian, but maybe steampunkish.
I don't think robots would do very well in that kind of weather, but, you know, minor point.
But they're super robots. It's not snow and gold.
What about the TARDIS?
Oh, she's ready. Come on.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this. You were right though, Rosita.
So she's a combination of Martha and Rose and
So, you live here?
Donna.
A temporary... Can I see it? Mr. Smith, it would be my honor. There she is. By transport through time and space. The TARDIS. You've got a blue? TARDIS. TARDIS. It stands for Tethered Aerial Release, Developed in Style. You see?
It's the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, bucko.
You became the Doctor because the info stamp you picked up was a book about one particular man. The Cybermen's database. Starting from the Daleks inside the void, I'd say. But it's everything you could want to know about the Doctor.
That's you. I am nothing but a lie.
No. Info stamps are just facts and figures. All that bravery. Saving Rosita, defending London town. The invention, building a TARDIS, that's all you.
And what else?
You found a whole cache of info stamps.
Stole the whole library.
What's that noise? Is Master of the Hazel Street Workhouse? Maybe he's taking him to prayers.
Oh, nothing as hurry as that.
At midnight?
Can you hear me?
We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control.
They don't get no education.
Plug it in, go on, download.
The core has been damaged. This info stamp would damage cyber units.
Oh well, nice try.
Core repaired. Download.
Oh man, they can just fix it. Oh, good job.
At your service, Doctor.
Shoot! Shoot! Come on! Shoot! One last thing.
Oh, good job.
Say I do. We can find that. Perhaps that's the key to defeating these invaders. So, onwards.
Maybe you should.
Don't even try.
Now let the new industrial revolution begin. I want to see you work.
Oh man. Oh, it's like Temple of Doom in here.
I was just about to say the same thing. I bet inside that was very hot.
60% and rising.
I'm going to say that might have been a repurposed Torchwood set. Well, I can't remember.
I think if you remember correctly, you said I was to be heralded.
All hail the Cyber King. All hail the Cyber
But you promised me you said I would never be converted.
That was designated a lie.
What do the Cybermen want?
Maybe don't trust the giant metal men next time.
Now you will be set free. This is your liberation.
Oh, for the love of God, have you no pity?
Correct.
Man, they need to start coming up with Christmas songs about the Cyber King.
My soul.
Oh, come let us adore him, the Cyber King. Lord, how long have they been there?
I am Cyber King. My mind inside the Cybermen. And you will obey me.
Why not Cyber Queen?
Power levels now at 100.
There's a hot pie for everyone if you like it!
Kid, why are you just standing there?
My son.
It's a big Cyberman.
Mecha Cyberman.
Behold, I am risen.
All we're missing is Godzilla.
My people. Why do they not rejoice?
What do you think? I thought the Cybermen gave you brains.
I need your help. I'm not going out here.
I'll give you £5.
Alright, what do you want me to do?
The TARDIS is gonna fly!
Wonder if she's meant to look like young Queen Victoria.
Yeah, it's like the end of the Iron Giant up in here.
Can I throw money now?
Oh, get on with it.
My son, Rosita. This boy is my son.
No time for talking. Run like hell.
Attention, proximity alert.
How is that even possible? Oh, this I would see.
But such a mind deserves to live. The Cybermen came to this world using a dimension vault. I can use that device to find you a home, with no people to convert, but a new world, where you can live out your mechanical life in peace.
I have the world below. And it is abundant, with so many minds ready to become extensions of me. Why would I leave this place?
Because if you don't, I'll have to stop you.
What do you make of me, sir? An idiot?
No, you've done that yourself.
I'm sorry, Miss Hartigan, but look at what you've become. I'm so sorry.
Oh, even she exploded.
Thought he was going to send it to another dimension.
For I say to you on this Christmas morn, bravo, sir! Bravo!
How are you going to get down now, Doctor? You threw out all the ballast. You have to let some of the gas out.
What if I might, Doctor? One last adventure? Oh.
Be my guest.
Oh, goodness me. This is this is nonsense. Oh no, I can't bear it. Oh, it's causing my head to ache. No.
I'm out of here.
All those bright and shining companions? Not anymore?
No.
Might I ask why not?
They leave?
And some of them forget me.
They break my heart.
Both of them.
Jackson, if anyone had to be the Doctor, I'm glad it was you.
The feast awaits. Come with me. Walk this way.
I certainly will.
Yeah. If he could walk that way, he
Merry
wouldn't need the
Christmas to
talcum
you,
powder.
Jackson.
Merry Christmas indeed, Doctor.
So they'd already planned on the next
Yeah.
special.
Yeah, I think they had. I don't know if they had filmed all of them by the time this one aired, but if I were to guess, this one was filmed at the end of the filming block for last season, and then they filmed all the rest together, is what I would imagine. So, but yeah, but Doctor Who will return at Easter, so
Okay.
there you go. The first of the season 4 specials.
Again, very interesting story. I'm sure everybody thought they were setting up the actual next Doctor.
Yeah, because I don't think they had announced Matt Smith yet. I think it was just after this episode that they did that. So, it was a nice way of sort of teasing it a little bit, like, oh, will he be the next Doctor? Will he not be the next Doctor? Honestly, it's an interesting concept of, like, if you had the Doctor's final story where he meets his next incarnation, and then, you know, the implication towards the beginning is that the 10th Doctor gets into this accident and regenerates into this new Doctor who loses his memory, and thus the 10th Doctor has to come and help him until he eventually can go off. But it's an interesting concept, but probably not one that they would play with in the future. Because I think it's too difficult now, because it's like you kind of have to have their last episode be their last episode. You can't really have it overshadowed by something new. So, but yeah, still a very interesting Christmas special.
And again, two things. First of all, I think you're right. I think the one thing that would have enhanced it is to have the Victorian Cybermen more punk.
Yeah, it's
and it doesn't have to go with the complete steampunk stuff that we've seen.
Yeah,
but based on the metals they would have had in 1851 and the factories that they would have used to create them, and I realize they came from the other dimension, and yes, they would look, however many there were, how many escaped. But yeah, I think still it would have been a little more, maybe even more frightening. Maybe that's why they didn't do it, to have them a little more iron, cranking, metallic, early machinery type stuff.
Like, even if like they had been damaged, and so trying to repair themselves has caused them to be sort of a hybrid style of sort of steampunky Industrial Revolution and the remaining sleek metal that they had from the other world. Yeah. So
now, Miss Hartigan.
Yes.
So, obviously a very intelligent woman, and because she was a woman, she was not allowed to be who she wanted to be. But it still seems like, I understand her resentment of not being treated as an equal, but why was she so resentful towards the children? I mean, that part didn't seem to make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, it kind of felt like the children aspect was sort of written backwards. Like, well, we have to have it to where Jackson didn't lose everything; he still has a kid. Okay, well, how does the child get involved? Like, why would the Cybermen keep a child? And it's like, well, it's London, 1851. Child labor is still very much a thing. Okay, why do the Cybermen need child labor? Is just to get the Cyber King functioning. But yeah, it's it's kind of strange and kind of out there. I mean, Miss Hartigan herself is also just kind of weird that it's like she may just have the greatest mind of all time that can overpower the Cybermen programming. Now, at least they don't make it fully clear, but because of the way they say it, it's like, well, you could posit that, like, the Cybermen are very weakened right now because of, they were thrown into the void at the end of Doomsday, at the end of Season 2. They stayed there, barely existing within the void, until the boundaries between dimensions started to unravel because of the Daleks in the last episode. So they were finally freed, but only a handful of them made it to London, and they've been trying to repair themselves and recreate themselves. So with that, it's like, okay, if the Cybermen are that weak, then sure. But it's like, at the same time, it is sort of a thing. It's like, really, this one human mind overpowered the Cybermen programming, which is an intense reprogramming of the mind. Even if Miss Hartigan is that intelligent or anything, it's like that. It seems like a bit of a stretch.
Now, again, it seems to me as a writer that what her occupation was seemed to overshadow what she became. Now, if she had been, and this would have made more sense, if she had been a scientist, if she had been someone who, because simply of her sex, was not able to, go to Oxford or Cambridge or, Edinburgh. But, she was one of those rare women of this time. Marie Curie came later, but one of those, brilliant women scientists who were simply not allowed to do that. That would have made more sense. But just having her as, and I hate to say, an ordinary working woman, no matter, if she was a physician, a doctor, just something that would have made more sense, because being as smart as she was, it seems like she would have found a better occupation than what she had.
I mean, now that you say that, I it's weird. I feel like I remember them making a bigger deal about, like, what her occupation was, but we literally just watched the episode and they didn't. So it's just like, yeah, I don't know. It's a very strange. It's a strange thing. It's like the one thing not fully fleshed out in the episode. Yeah. Pretty much all the attention is put on the story of Jackson Lake, and how he accidentally became the Doctor. So yeah, it's tricky. Well, and even then, like, the fact that the resolution is like, well, the Doctor unlocked her mind basically so that she could see the horrors that were going on around her, which would cause her brain to overload the Cybermen, and it would destroy all of them. And it's like, but they already established that she is now putting these emotions into the Cybermen, because that's always the thing, is that the Cybermen, when you defeat them, unless you're using gold, is you bring all those emotions back. They see what they've become, and it destroys them basically. But this was kind of that, but just for her. But I don't know, it felt like she already knew all of that, and she was okay. She accepted that part of herself. So I don't know.
But I mean, I do like the fact that she was very resentful of how she had been treated.
Yeah.
And were using the Cybermen to gain a position, basically not as an equal to what she thought was going to be the Cyber King, not knowing that she was going to be it. And again, the Cyber Queen would have made more sense there, because it seems to me she would have been more resentful of losing her female identity to become a Cyber King. I mean, that's reading way more into it than I'm sure. Was Russell T Davies that did this one? I think so.
I assume so.
Yeah.
But now I don't remember.
I think it was.
Yeah.
But again, very, to use a British term, very cheeky that the new Doctor's companion was literally a combination of Rose, had at least her name.
Yeah.
But looked more like Martha and had a personality more like Donna.
Yeah. It's just sort of a amalgamation of the modern companions.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's interesting seeing how Jackson becomes the Doctor, and quite honestly, I think a lot of people said too, like, if they ever want to bring this guy back, he could honestly play the Doctor properly. Like, he would be really good. I don't know if maybe nowadays it might be a little too late for him, but then again, I mean,
he would probably be in his 60s.
Maybe, yeah. I mean,
and Hartnell and Pertwee were in their 50s, weren't they?
Yeah, I don't remember about Pertwee. I mean, probably Pertwee, but I think technically the oldest person to play the Doctor from multiple seasons was actually Capaldi, because he was just a little bit older than Hartnell was, but that's in their 50s basically. So I don't know. I honestly I've not seen this guy in anything else, but yeah, if like he honestly would have just been a really good choice to play the Doctor at some point. So,
and I like in the montage that they included Paul McGann.
Yeah, actually, that is the first time that modern Doctor Who has acknowledged that movie. Which is not that they haven't.
Yeah.
It's not that they've like gone out of their way to avoid or anything, but that was pretty much the first time that they show the lineup of Doctors after 4 seasons, and just definitively showing, yes, it goes the 8th Doctor, then the 9th, then the 10th. So,
and again, it was very subtle. I appreciated when Tennant put on his stethoscope and listened to the new Doctor's heart, but he didn't say, one heart.
Yeah.
Which is the implication, which would have let, I don't know, we always get criticized, I get criticized for wanting things to be too literal. The Americans need to be, have everything explained to them. I just thought it would have been a nice touch if they would have gone, one heartbeat. Just something to acknowledge the fact that he was beginning to understand that he wasn't really a Time Lord. Yeah,
I mean, it's just a smattering of clues that the Doctor actually picks up on, and I can't remember if that was like before or after checking the fob watch, but it's just all these little things. It's like, oh, you have a fob watch, and it's like, okay, well, if he has a fob watch and one heart, well, then he could just be a Time Lord turned human. Now, why he would still have his memories of being the Doctor, that's but that's all a part of the mystery, is why. And even for a while, it's just like, for a good like 10 or so minutes at the beginning, you're just like, well, this guy, he could be the next Doctor. I don't know. I don't really see why not. And it's the first clue, honestly, where it's just like, okay, something really is up with this guy, is when he first has the sonic screwdriver, which is just a wooden screwdriver that doesn't make a noise, but he calls it that. And it's like, okay, something's going on. And you just have to piece it all together until eventually, there's the reveal of the TARDIS, and then you see the info stamps. So, but yeah, and it's definitely an interesting thing. It's also a bit strange because it's like, the Doctor, Jackson, it's like, well, he got all these memories, basically this info stamp, this one book, which it is funny that it's like this other info stamp had the entire history of the City of London from 1066 to 851. This one, it's just the Doctor. That's how much history there is of the Doctor, that it's on par with nearly 1,000 years of history of the City of London. But the fact that backfires, and he gets all this knowledge about the Doctor, and it's an interesting thing though that he gets all this knowledge but doesn't get all this knowledge because he can't, he doesn't remember any of his past lives. He doesn't remember being the 10th Doctor. He doesn't remember anything that came before. All he remembers is Time Lord, TARDIS, Cyberman, Screwdriver, basically.
Yeah.
So,
all right, you just brought up something. The City of London wasn't established in 1066. 1066 is the Norman invasion. But Londinium was a settlement that goes all the way back to Roman time, to the Roman Empire. So I wonder why they decided to just do it from 1066.
I don't know. I did actually think that too, because they do feature the city of Londinium or Londonum, as you would say in America. And
no, he did not mean to stir up that hornet's nest.
I didn't. I just thought that was funny.
It was funny.
But anyway, but they do feature that as a location in Vinland Saga, and I was like, well, wait, that's before 1066. So, and we're working on that. I'm still, for all you Vinland Saga fans out there, which I don't think you exist and watch this video. I think you only watch my videos about Vinland Saga, but I'm working on it. And if you aren't a fan of Vinland Saga, go watch or read Vinland Saga. The manga actually just finished up, or is finishing up this month. So you can go read that, or you can go watch the anime. And at some point, I'll have him watch the anime. So I'll probably, honestly, when you catch up to Vinland Saga, I thought honestly we could probably have a video just talking about the show. So also we're still working on Torchwood. We're still getting there. If anything, technically, we should be starting season 3 now after this episode, because I believe that's when I watched it. I took a break. I actually took a break and didn't watch this next special for a couple weeks, and I did like 2 episodes of Torchwood season 3, and then the next 2, and then the season finale, because it's only 5 episodes, and then went back to this. So technically we should be there, but we're not. So we're just going to get there slowly but surely. So but yeah, you got anything else?
At this point, I got nothing.
All right, well, that is the 2008 Christmas special. 1 down, 4 to go. And technically the last 2 are a 2-parter, as I've said multiple times. And we'll just watch both of those together.
Yay.
So,
you don't have to actually put them up together, but I'd prefer that we watch them together.
I don't know if... The only thing is, I don't know if that's a problem with copyright or not. Because the thing about doing 2 episodes in one video is I get hit with twice the copyright because each individual episode gets hit. But honestly, they always clear anyway, so I guess it should be fine. So, but yeah, I guess that's pretty much that.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. So, we'll be back at Easter, whenever that is. It's some Sunday in the year. So, but
it's the first Sunday after the first full moon after the vernal equinox. No, not the equinox. What do they call it?
Well, that would be. Because it's not a solstice.
Oh. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, because solstice is only summer and winter.
Yeah.
And then equinox is spring and fall.
Yeah.
So that's a very odd way of determining when Easter is. That also sounds very not church-like. Was Easter a different holiday altogether before that? Was that a pagan holiday they took?
Well,
and rebranded?
No. But again, it's the overlapping of Judaism and Christianity, because Jesus and his followers went to Jerusalem for the Passover, which had been celebrated since the time of Moses because of the 10 plagues. So he was then killed on the Passover, and so the early Christians decided to celebrate his resurrection, his rising, on the Passover, because most of the people who were becoming Christians, although there were quite a few who were the Gentiles, a lot of them were converting from Judaism to Christianity, so they were simply keeping the celebration of Easter with the celebration of Passover.
You know, I've never thought about the word Passover before. Is that literally
because
the passing over of
the children of Abraham? Yeah.
Huh. That shows how much I paid attention. I never put that together. It's the most literal word that they have.
Yes.
Well, anyway, but I was just thinking about, like, because he says, like, oh, it's the first Sunday after the first full moon. And I was like, they're using the moon? That does not sound like they I feel like, which is weird. It's just the moon, but it's just like I feel like they try to not do anything about the moon. Let the other religions do that.
Minor historical tangent here. And again, you probably heard this at some point in one of your history or geography classes. Up until Pope Gregory, and I can't remember which one, they were still working on the Julian calendar. Before the Julian calendar, though, which again comes in with Julius Caesar, all civilizations did not have a 12-month year. They had a 13-month year because of the phases of the moon. I believe the Jewish calendar actually has 13 months. And so, again, they based the Passover off of that 13-month calendar, which, again, needed to be set at a certain time. So, and again, I can't remember exactly if it's always, the first Sunday after the 5th month or whatever. But the Gregorian calendar, ultimately, I think, is the one where they finally said, all right, we need to establish a time. So going back and looking at what had been the Passovers for more than 2,000 years, they said it will be the first Sunday after the first full moon after the equinox. I think. Now, don't quote me on that because it's been years since I've studied that.
I actually saw a tweet the other day that was talking about, like, obviously we can't, you have to change everything, but, like, if we had a 13-month calendar, that it would be completely, like, even. It would be, like, 28 days, I think,
yes,
in
be
every
13 months of 28 days. But then there would be 5 days left over. All right? Because apparently 28 times 13, if I recall correctly, comes out to 360 or something. I don't know. Maybe it's 360. But there's always some day left over. That would be a day that is literally between the calendars, and that would be your New Year's Day. And again, I think the Egyptians had a 5-day celebration that was just basically 5 days of New Year, and then they would start the calendar all over again.
I mean, that'd be pretty dope if there was just an extra week.
Yes.
It's just... Or you just tack those last 5 days onto December and just say December has... or whatever the 13th month is.
Yeah.
I guess that's the next question. If we changed over to that, where do you put the 13th month?
Well, for us, of course, it would be after December, because it would still need to go between December and January, because January is named after looking back and looking forward. The Greek or Roman god Janus, the two-faced god, where he could see forward into the future and backward into the past. So, yeah. But, of course, Julius Caesar and Augustus Caesar screwed up the calendar by adding July and August into the calendar, thereby pushing September, which had been the 7th month, is now the 9th month. October, which had been the 8th month, is now the 10th month. November, which should have been the 9th month, is now the 11th month.
Yeah.
And December, which should be the 10th month, is now the 12th month.
Well, maybe we should just, like, screw it up completely and just put something, like, between May and June for no reason. Now, granted, that will either do one of two things. It will make people's summer breaks technically longer because they're 3 months, or it will make the first semester of school longer because it goes from January to, I don't know, Florgan month or whatever it's called. So,
but the nice thing about that is, yes, for example, if we start the calendar on a Sunday, then the days of the week, the 1st, the 8th, the 15th, and the 22nd will always be a Sunday every month.
Oh, yeah.
And so the calendar would fix itself except for whatever the number of days in between.
Yeah. Although, I think the tweet that I saw about the 13-month calendar said, yeah, and then you would start every, like, the first day of the year could be Monday, and the last day would be Sunday. And I was like, oh, I guess if you're weird like that. I mean, I don't know. You know what? Put down in the comments. This will also be the test to see how many of you are still here when we're talking about nothing. Is what do you consider to be the first day of the week? Sunday or Monday? Because I think that's genuinely an interesting question of, like, what do you perceive to be the first day? I think for most people nowadays it would probably be Monday.
Well, again, that comes down to whether it's you're referring to a religious week or a work week.
Yeah, a business week.
Yeah.
So I tend to find I'm half and half. Sunday, there's a difference between Saturday and Sunday, but at the same time, I do start my work week on Monday. I come in here and I film and I scream at cartoons for 10 hours. And I get paid a paltry amount for it, but yeah, so it's like I consider it's like half and half for me. So I feel like anyone who says Sunday is the first day of the week probably does have to go half and half and say that, but they start on Monday.
Now, again, this is almost a joke now, but in the book of Genesis, the first 6 days God creates literally everything, and on the seventh day He rested, which most people assume to be a Sunday. But then along comes Bishop Usher, and again, this is an old quarrel about people, who literally went back and said, all right, I think it was starting with the time of Jesus, if you go back each generation and try to put together all of the ages of the people in the Bible, he says God created the world starting on a Tuesday in the year 4004 BC at 9 o'clock in the morning.
It just felt like it. So, I mean, I think, isn't that like the opening of Good Omens? Is that they joke about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's also, that's one of the things that they bring up in the play in the film Inherit the Wind, where Matthew Harrison Brady, basically based on William Jennings Bryan, is being quizzed as an expert on the Bible. And when he says it was 4004 BC, whatever the day and month was, at 9 o'clock in the morning, the Henry Drummond character, based on Clarence Darrow, says, was that daylight savings time or Eastern Standard Time or whatever it was? And he says, we can't really know that because the sun and the moon weren't created on the first day. There was only light and darkness. Let there be light, and there was light. And then there's the creating the heavens and the earth, the dividing of the waters, and then making the great light during the day and the lesser light at night. So, yes, that's a whole can of worms I'd rather not open up at the moment.
And this will be the last thing. I saw there was some church, I think, that created a model of the baby Jesus or something like that, and it looked like Phil Collins. And the reason I saw that is because someone tweeted, but Jesus wasn't in Genesis. So that's what we'll leave you on, is the world's worst joke that I found on Twitter. So I don't know if I've ever really listened to Genesis. So.
Oh, you probably have. It's one of those. When we were driving out to your middle school and played all that rock and roll on the way out and on the way back in the afternoons, I'm sure you listened to it. I could probably name a couple of songs and you go, oh yeah, I've heard that. Well, that's Phil Collins and or Genesis.
Oh yeah. All I know is that on Top Gear, Richard Hammond hated Genesis. So that would always be the thing. Like, I think in the Middle East special, they're like driving through Iran, and they install a secondary CD system into his car that he can't access, and it just blares Genesis as they're driving through the Middle East. So, anywho, Doctor Who. That's it. Yeah. With all of that being said, we're Alex and Dad from 7th Hour Films, and we will see you guys next time. Take care.
I'm sorry.
We were repeating each other for a little bit. It's going to be like midnight. Which one of us is the real one? So, anywho, there's links on screen. There's playlists. There's you can subscribe. You can go to my Patreon if you want to. You can do all sorts of things that are here floating around us in the purple cosmos that I always put at the end of the videos.
He's doing full-time work for part-time pay.
Yeah.
Patreon.
So that's that.
That's it.